the west, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected tonight. Chance of snow. Lows dip down to about 25. A dusting of snow tonight. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Currently 12.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. The Taylorville City Council honored the 7th grade volleyball team, reviewed ordinances, committee reports, and new business, along with swearing in a new Water District Superintendent, Josh Nickel, at the second monthly meeting in March. Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry first recognized the 7th grade volleyball team that finished third in the state competition on Sunday.
Tonight, on behalf of the city of Taylorville, it is my honor to recognize an outstanding group of young athletes for an incredible season and a tremendous accomplishment. The Taylorville 7th grade volleyball team demonstrated exceptional dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship throughout their season. Their hard work paid off in remarkable fashion as they captured the Shelbyville Tournament Championship, went on to win both the regional and sectional titles, and ultimately finished third in the state, an extraordinary achievement that makes our entire community proud. We would like to recognize the members of this outstanding team, and as I say your name, if you'd stand and remain standing, please. Crystal Hughes, Hadley Christopher, Lolo Mateer, Aubrey Durbin, Riley Longden, Millie Pyatt, Hannah May, Daisy Williamson, Parker Moses, Leah Del Valle, Mabel Repsher, Briella Castle, Mia Simplecamp, Macy McDowell, and Mila Scattergood. Success like this does not happen without strong leadership. We would like to extend a special congratulations and thank you to the coaching staff for their commitment and guidance. Head coach Clark Peabody, if he'd stand.
Barry also thanked coaches Matt Peabody, Kim Peabody, and Maisie Fleming for their wonderful job on an amazing season. March 16th, yesterday, was named as Taylorville's 7th grade girls volleyball team day. Josh Nichols was sworn in as new water superintendent. Various ordinances were approved, including evaluations of city non-bargaining employees, water service connection fees, columbarium rules and regulations, and work done at the hangar roof project at the Taylorville Municipal Airport. A motion also allowing certain billboards to the industrial zone was also adopted. A motion concerning a donation to be taken for 2026 fireworks was tabled. The city still finds themselves fairly short of the goal that they are looking for. Fireworks will cost $16,000 to be able to be launched. Right now, the city finds themselves well short of that goal, but still feel that they have plenty of time to get to that mark.
How is the fundraising going?
I don't have a report on that. Okay. I'm optimistic, however, that we're still going to meet our goal.
Well, I don't think the payment was due until April 10th from what I read. Is that correct?
I think we got it delayed until May now.
May now. So right now we just want approval to pay up to $10,000.
Right.
And we'll know more at the April 6th meeting.
So
the city approved a couple purchases, including a compact utility tractor from John Deere and an F-150 truck from Bob Ridings. A motion was approved to raise rate increases at the cemetery grave sales from $700 to $1,000, cremation from $500 to $800, cremation on holidays and Saturdays from $600 to $900, weekday regular interments from $700 to $1,000, holidays and Saturdays regular interments from $800 to $1,100, perpetual care when there's more than one internment from $105 to $150. Foundation for monuments per square foot, 75 cents to $1.50. All of these rates are set to increase on May 1st. The motion passed 7-1 with Driscoll voting no. Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry gave his update praising Fire Chief Matt Aderman for his work on the situation at Manners Park.
All right, the mayor update. Thank you to Chief Aderman for fixing the issue at the park the other day. It was sort of drastic at while the oil leaking into the park pond. So Aderman did a great job of fixing that. Congratulations to Chief Wheeler on about to complete school, or have you completed it yet?
No, hopefully, I don't know, my instructor. Late April, early May.
Congratulations on Josh on being sworn in as the new water superintendent. I look forward to working with you.
The next city council meeting is set for April 6th. Today is spring primary election day, and there are several contested elections that will be decided in today's primaries in Christian County. For County Board District 1, on the ballot is Susan Wise, Samuel Sassatelli, Luke Milan, and Linda Curtin. In District 2 is David Puccetti and Vicky McMahon. In District 3 is Sherry Anderson Craggs, Brian Sharp, Ray Kuntz, and Jeannie Rathgaber. And in District 4 is Jeff Scott, Clinton Epley, and Kenneth Crow. For sheriff, on the Republican ballot, Phil Deal is running against Jim Baker. If you receive a Republican ballot in Christian County, in the U.S. Senator box, you will have Casey Schlebeck, Don Tracy, R. Carey Caparelli, Pamela Denise Long, Jimmy Lee Tillman II, and Jeannie Evans. On the Democratic ballot, you will have Kevin Ryan, Robin Kelly, Juliana Stratton, Raja Krishnamurthy, Steve Botsford Jr., Brian Maxwell, Jonathan Dean, Sean Brown, Owisi A. Bustos, and Christopher Swan. For governor, on the Republican side, you will have Ted Dabrowski and Kerry Mendoza, James Mendrick and Robert Renteria, Darren Bailey and Aaron B. Del Mar, Rick Heidner and Christina Knightsky-Troicke, and Joseph Severino and Ranch Isquith. For Secretary of State, on the Republican side, you will have Walter Adamczyk and Diane M. Harris. For the 15th District in the U.S. House, on the Republican side, you will have Judy Bowlby, Mary E. Miller, and Ryan D. Terbrugge. On the Democratic side, you will have Jennifer Todd, Randy Raley, Paul Davis, and Kyle Nudo. For the State Central Committee on the 15th District, you will have Terry C. Redmond and Catherine Daniels. For 107th Representative on the Republican side, you will have Brad Holbrook and John Hauge. On the comptroller side, on the Democratic side, you will have Karina Villa, Stephanie A. Kifowit, Holly Kim, and Margaret Croak. For the 4th Judicial Circuit, you'll have Brenda Mathis, Wesley A. Gozia, Aaron C. Jones, and Philip Givens. There will also be an advisory referendum to the voters concerning a question that states, quote, should Illinois opt into a federal program that would provide public K-12, private school, and homeschool students with privately donated funds for academic needs, such as tutoring and test preparation, educational therapies for students with disabilities, tuition, books, exam fees, or for other specified academic needs? And you will vote simply either yes or no. Only a small handful of contested candidates are on the ballot for Montgomery and Shelby counties in the spring primary elections. The candidates for Shelby County Clerk and Recorder are Jessica Fox and Christy Otis. For Shelby County Treasurer, the candidates are Eric Fernhaber and Donald DeBolt. Also on the ballot for both Shelby and Montgomery counties are the candidates for the judge of the 4th Judicial Circuit that was mentioned earlier. And those contested candidates include, again, Brenda Mathis, current standing circuit judge Wesley Gozia, Aaron Jones, and Philip Givens. For Shelby County Sheriff, the candidates are current standing Sheriff Brian McReynolds and Joseph T. Duncan Jr. Stay tuned to Taylorville Daily News and WTIM for coverage on the primaries in Christian, Montgomery, and Shelby counties. And again, just now, only the candidates in the contested races were mentioned. And this list is also available in these stories on our website, TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. And now, a word from First National Bank in Taylorville.
I'm James Kirk, Vice President at First National Bank in Taylorville. I get it. Switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
3 tornadoes have now been confirmed in the area following Sunday evening's severe storms across central Illinois. This was part of a larger system that brought 5 tornadoes overall throughout the state. According to the National Weather Service, survey teams determined that tornadoes touched down near Assumption, Bethany, and Arthur on Sunday. Fortunately, no injuries or deaths were reported so far. The strongest of the 3 occurred in Assumption and was rated an EF1 tornado with estimated peak winds of 90 miles per hour. The tornado was on the ground from approximately 6:18 to 6:20, carving a path about 1.4 miles long and reaching a maximum width of 80 yards. Officials say it touched down just southwest of town near West Illinois Street, where it uprooted and snapped numerous trees and knocked over several power poles. As it moved through town, additional trees were damaged and roofing material was torn from a downtown building and thrown into a nearby alley. The tornado then exited to the northeast, causing additional tree damage before dissipating prior to reaching Highway 51. A second tornado developed near Bethany at about 6:37. This tornado was rated EF0 with estimated peak winds of 85 miles per hour. It began roughly 2 miles west of town, uprooting an old tree before curving northeast. Survey crews say the tornado damaged several trees and destroyed an outbuilding along County Road 225 East before dissipating near Highway 121 around 6:40. The tornado traveled about 2.2 miles and reached a width of 50 yards. A third EF0 tornado touched down near Arthur at about 6:54. The storm formed roughly 2 miles southeast of town near North County Road 100 East. Officials say the tornado produced tree damage and destroyed an outbuilding, tossing debris into a nearby field. As it curved east along East County Road 300 North and later turned north toward Highway 133, the tornado caused additional tree and outbuilding damage before dissipating around 6:57. The storm also traveled about 2.2 miles and reached a maximum width of 80 yards. While the tornadoes caused scattered property and tree damage across the region, officials say the lack of injuries is a positive outcome following the evening storms. The National Weather Service continues to review storm reports from the system that moved through central Illinois Sunday evening. And moderate damage is being reported in Nokomis. The Nokomis Police Department has deputies out assisting with the cleanup of debris. Taylorville Daily News spoke with Nokomis Police Chief Aaron Land about the damages, if there were any injuries, current business and school closures, and how long they estimate cleanup will take. Chief Land also says that even though there is still a considerable amount of damage throughout town, he feels Nokomis is very fortunate. Chief Land also reports that Nokomis was not the only town to see damage from this storm, as Colton and Witt were hit hard as well, in addition to the other locations mentioned earlier.
We've received no reports of any significant injuries. We had the roof on the high school, metal sheeting came off the gymnasium and scattered about the neighborhood. We have had a few vehicles pick up some nails throughout the town. There's various branches down, a couple of trees. The power lines that were down, I think there was 2 of them. Those have been restored to those houses. There's still a couple of phone lines that are down. Outside of that we kind of lucked out on this storm. Colton also suffered a straight line wind, which is our response area. There's some damage there. We had one mobile home with a roof off at that location and trees down in Colton as well. And I talked to the Witt Police Chief last night, and they've got some pretty significant damage from what appears to be a straight line wind in Witt also.
Chief Land also shares some of the damage that he is currently aware of and states that cleanup will not be a one-day job, considering Nokomis High School had severe roof damage and multiple residential properties saw downed trees and limbs throughout the county.
It'll take a couple days for us to get the debris off the sides of the roads. Sergeant Earhart and myself were out on patrol this morning, removing a lot of the branches that we could move out of the road. Street department's been out working last night and tonight to get the roads clear. The high school is going to be down for a while with their roof replacement and the debris in their parking lot. It looks like it was a pretty significant straight line wind that came through Nokomis. We've had minor property damage. We did have one tree that was on a house in Nokomis, And we had a tree on a house again in Colton, and a third house had a tree leaning against it. For the most part, the trees, the large branches that fell, were in the roadways or in yards, so we escaped significant damage in town. We dodged a bullet on that one.
Chief Land notes that other than schools, the rest of town should be open with no issues.
All the schools are on remote learning today. Cornerstone is closed as well, but the rest of the town seems to be up and running today.
Taylorville Daily News has attempted to reach out to Montgomery County Emergency Management, but has not yet made contact. Taylorville Daily News will keep you up to date with any additional closures, or in the event that any more damage or injuries are reported. To keep yourself informed and up to date, stay tuned to Taylorville Daily News and WTIM. Large hail played a significant role in last week's storm system that moved through Illinois. A state record may have been set in Kankakee, with a hailstone of 6 inches in diameter recorded. David King is with the National Weather Service office in Chicago. King says the tornado that moved through Kankakee County last Tuesday night was rated as an EF3, reaching wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. Another year of nutrient stewardship field days is underway in Illinois. Events are planned for Thursday and Saturday in Will and Montgomery counties, respectively. That's according to Illinois Farm Bureau Environmental Program Manager Bina Pegg. Nutrient stewardship field days are funded through Illinois Farm Bureau grants, which were created in 2015. More info is available at ilfb.org/field days. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 66-year-old Earl A. Cagle of Sherman, formerly of Edinburgh, died on March 9th. Visitation is today from 3 till 5 at Williamsville Christian Church in Williamsville. A memorial service will immediately follow. Burial will be at Edinburgh Cemetery at a later date. Arrangements are being handled by Peasley Funeral Home in Lincoln. 87-year-old Faye Sheely of Taylorville died last Thursday. A memorial service is set for today at 5 at Taylorville Christian Church in Taylorville. Interment will be at Lick Prairie Cemetery at a later date. Cremation rights have been accorded. Family will receive visitors following the service until 7. 96-year-old Evelyn June Rogers of Taylorville died March 9th. A graveside service will take place Friday at 1 at Camp Butler National Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 81-year-old Lawrence Larry James McWard of Morrisonville died last Tuesday. A graveside service is set for Saturday at 2 at Morrisonville Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Perfetti Asali Funeral Home in Morrisonville. And 94-year-old Doris Long of Greenville, formerly of Sorrento, died February 18th. Visitation is April 18th from 11 till noon at Donald Wiegand Funeral Home in Greenville. A celebration of life will immediately follow. Interment will be at Brown Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by Donald Wigan Funeral Home in Greenville. It is currently fair and 12 degrees outside. We're expecting a high near 30. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and every hour as well right here on WTIM.